There's been a lack of planning.
I like what you did here. This is a good segment. Name.
Yeah, you know the People's Liberation Army Navy?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, whatever.
It's the plan.
It's the plan. And just like the People's Liberation Army Air Force is the PLAF.
PLAF.
Yeah, exactly.
Always the catchiest of names.
Yeah, it's awesome. Anyway, so there's been a lack of planning recently. Again, I'm going to talk about two incidents that have happened. The first one, of course, is the Australian... This is real footage, by the way, of Australians, divers. Okay?
So it's going to be the most obscure reference of all time.
Maybe, who knows? But here's the thing. There's this... Let me bring it up here. There's this Australian warship, okay? And it is called the HMAS Toowoomba.
Okay.
Toowoomba. Okay. So, Her Majesty's Australian ship, Toowoomba. All right. So, Toowoomba's mucking about in international waters. Okay.
As you do.
All right. And then they get a net stuck in their propellers.
Okay. As you do.
So, they're like, hey, you know what? Send a couple divers down there. Let's clear this net. Right?
Yes.
So these are the divers. Let's see this actual footage of what happened.
Well, barramundi's a bloody big fish.
And they struggled and something went wrong. Okay? So, obviously that wasn't really them.
Right.
Just putting it out there.
Yes.
But yes.
I understand.
Think so?
I understand.
All right. So what happened was these divers are busy clearing this net. And then this Chinese warship. Now, you can see where it happened. Take a look up there. Mm-hmm. Between Japan and China. But I must reiterate, it happened in international waters.
Okay.
It wasn't in China's territorial waters.
Okay.
International waters.
Got it.
You know, that's the place where China's fishing fleets go to, to fish everything out of the sea. International waters around the whole world.
Okay.
So everyone knows the law of the sea. Okay. You can't claim that. That doesn't belong to you. Any ship's allowed free passage in international waters. Right. So here's this Toowoomba minding its own business, clearing nets out. And the Chinese ship Ningbo, okay, comes along. So this very annoying Ningbo used its great big hull-mounted sonar, okay? We all know what sonar is, right? You send out a ping.
Waves.
It's like, what bats do or whatever.
Yeah.
And it bounces off, and then you're like, oh, there's something in the water or something. Mm-hmm. But...
Bats do that in the water.
Well, they do it in the air. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying.
Yes, I know.
Echolocation type
I know
thing.
what you're saying.
But sonar is for underwater. Now, the thing is, they released a ping so great in magnitude that the king of the seas, Triton himself, felt it. All right?
Okay.
So I just want to read to you guys. If you get pinged by a sonar, if it's like a massive ping like what they did, sonars push out sound waves often incapable of being heard by humans. The waves can stimulate the vestibular system, the link between the inner ear and brain, causing disorientation. Divers can suffer from dizziness, hearing damage, stomach pain from gas, or organ damage, depending on the frequency and intensity of the sound.
Yikes.
Symptoms include numbness, blurred vision, lightheadedness, vibratory sensations in hands, arms, and legs, and tremors in upper extremities.
Yikes.
So they actually injured the divers, by the way.
Yeah.
So I can imagine...
Purpose.
Well, yeah, they just sent this massive... I don't know why... What are you pinging? You know what? They probably saw divers in the water and they're like, oh, maybe there's a submarine or something under there.
Yeah.
So they sent this massive ping.
Makes sense.
Anyway, I can only imagine that the divers, surface disorientated, shouting something like, they bloody shoved a great big sonar ping up our Toowoomba. I'm guessing that's what they said. And lots of crikeys and that type of thing.
This is your added...
Yes, I'm just guessing.
Yes, this is your added guesses.
A lot of crikeys. Yeah, a lot of crikeys being said there. Of course, when China was called out,
yes,
they responded by accusing the Australian ship of injuring their own divers.
Wow.
Because
why? That tracks.
Tracks. They're like, oh, our divers in the water. Let's ping them with sonar. No, so basically, we know that there's been a lot of these little clashes.
Yes.
With the Chinese military in and around this area. And we can see on this little map, I'll just get us out of here. With the Spratly Islands, there have been recent repeated clashes between Filipino and Chinese ships. We know about that. We've covered it.
Yes.
They put up all those, they basically put lines in the waters, to demarcate. You cannot cross this. In Filipinos' own, waters. their
Yes.
territorial waters.
There's an Australian here that said seems like a legit translation. So
Okay,
yeah,
good.
Seems
I'm glad
like
to hear.
that's what was said underwater.
They're like, I need walkabout to get rid of this, like, ringing in my ears or whatever.
Yeah.
Pretty
Something
sure.
about bogans or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably use
Kangaroos.
that. No, they wouldn't say kangaroos.
Uh-oh.
That's too
Bloody
stereotypical.
roos down here.
No, they're not.
like
There
that.
are no kangaroos in the sea, dude.
Okay.
Come on, you gotta
By
be
the way,
like,
when you again, I don't want to turn this into a piss-taking match here, but I did want to say your glaring omission with the bat thing. It was a great example, but you could have said dolphins since
I
we're
could've.
underwater.
Yes, dolphins use sonar.
Bro forgot dolphins.
No, I didn't forget about dolphins. I just
Never forget about that.
yeah, exactly. I'm just saying, like, bats are more relatable.
Are they?
Yeah, people know about him a lot. Batman, come on, you don't get Dolphin Man.
I want Dolphin Man.
Yeah, Dolphin Man would
I
be
want
pretty cool.
Dolphin
Yeah.
Man.
Anyway, so sorry guys, we're a bit silly today.
Yes.
big night last night. The Diaoyu Senkaku Islands, of course, the Chinese fighter jets released flares when it cut off a Canadian surveillance plane. The Aurora, the French chef's kiss Aurora that we covered, of course, on
Canadian,
the show.
the surveillance plane.
Yeah. So as you can see, the Chinese military, whether it be by air or by sea, are very good at behaving incredibly irresponsibly and trying to spark off a conflict. The fact of the matter is the People's Liberation Army Navy has been causing trouble once again, and sonaring poor divers in the sea. But now they have this other new ship that's just been released, and it was filmed off the coast of China, engulfed in flames, or engulfed in smoke, I should say.
Okay.
So there's been a lot of speculation as to what's going on here.
Okay.
The thing is that there doesn't seem to be any real proper official response from China. From what I've seen, there's a lot of response from China, but it's always these like military nerd nationalists and so on.
Right.
Who are insisting that it's simply a fire. First they were saying it's a fire drill. Okay.
All right.
All
right. Let's get it out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
I know people are going to say Chinese fire drill. I get it. I promise you it wasn't a bunch of people getting out of the ship and running around to the other side. I promise.
Right, yeah.
But that knee-jerk response by saying a fire drill immediately had my skepticism meter pinging off the top.
Yes. So now the thing is, there is a likely explanation.
Yes.
It could be that they're testing some kind of smoke screen technology.
It could be.
To me, I don't know about that. It kind of
Sure.
looks like something didn't work out because this is their newest vessel. They've just put it out
Sure.
there. It's kind of just being tested. The thing is, I found, this smoke screen technology is obviously very old. So to find modern examples of it on the internet is very hard.
I'm sorry. Nearly Headless Nick says fire drills aren't meant to have actual
Yeah, exactly. Fire drills aren't supposed to have actual fires.
And congealed putrescent says cigarette smoking competition.
Yes, it could be.
Sort of, because
Yeah.
is it 70% of men in China, 50% of men in China smoke cigarettes,
Yeah.
or whatever. That's just that was the international smoking competition.
Yeah, I mean, there's a third explanation here.
Okay.
It's entirely possible that Beijing was saying, look, the skies are just a bit too blue today.
Yeah.
Let's go sort that out.
Let's bring this down to normal
come
levels.
on, we can't set
guys.
we have to set a precedent for the rest of the country.
You quit that. That's
Yeah,
too
yeah,
blue.
it's too blue.
We're not used to this.
Sort it out.
The lights.
Anyway, so here you can see the new ship below. You can see the profiles match. It is that ship.
No,
it is that new ship. But the thing is, again, the way China works, it's kind of difficult to figure out facts from fiction.
Yeah, that's the issue, right?
Yeah, everybody that witnessed it was like, this thing is on fire.
I think it's like one of those situations where if it was like a country that had a clean track record of just not making stuff up and not hiding everything into the last minute.
Yeah, exactly.
And being transparent, then you'd probably give them the benefit of the doubt and say, wow, I've never seen it done like that before.
Yeah.
Right? You'd have to talk to like a military expert. Maybe they'd say, wow, that's a unique way of doing a fire drill. That's a unique way of doing a smoke screen.
Yeah.
But historically, it's just not been done like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen old clips of how they create these massive black plumes of smoke which cover the entire ship. But it usually doesn't look like that. It actually does cover the entire ship.
Right.
I've got some old stock footage from like the 19 Futsac 20s or something over here if you take a look.
What does that mean?
Footsec just means like get out of here. So you say 19 footsec, it means like really old.
Oh, okay.
19
Is that
get out of here.
Afrikaans?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're
So-
just getting weird.
Yeah, tired and whatnot. Anyway, the thing is,
What the hell? You're going into foreign languages, bro.
yeah,
Let's keep this
sorry.
English.
So yeah, the source is the Critical Past YouTube channel for this, by
Okay.
the way.
Thanks, I couldn't tell.
No, I know.
couldn't
but
tell.
I got to tell you,
I
when
couldn't even see a ship there.
when a YouTube channel feels the need to plaster their
Yes.
their watermark all over the place, I think they kind of want to shout out.
Yes.
Here you go. Critical Past. Here you can see a smoke screen drill in operation. Okay.
Shoot. That is not a smoke.
No, that's
screen
not a
drill.
smoke screen. But I just once again wanted to say that this to me looks like a fire. And to many people it does. There are two
What do
ways
they
to look at it.
What do they say? Where there's
Smoke, there's fire.
something like
Yeah.
that. But what's your source? That's the
Oh
thing.
yeah, what is the source? I
sorry.
tell you,
My
here we go.
source is that I made it the up.
Yeah. Okay, apologies, guys.
sorry.
So anyway, here's the thing. I'm going to go 50-50 on this. It could have been a fire because look,
Sure.
they are testing their new ship. Okay?
Yeah.
It is new technology for them. It is made in China after all. They do suffer a lot of setbacks with their new stuff when they launch it. It does happen.
Yeah.
Okay, and it has happened a lot. It is possible that they tried to do a fire drill and there was a fire as a
Yes.
result. It's possible that they were trying to do a smoke screen test and it did like set something else off. It could also just be a smoke screen exercise, but one that looks pretty badly pulled off.
Can I give in my 2 cents?
Sure.
here? I also would go with the 50-50 route. And that way you have absolutely no accountability on that.
Yes, exactly.
No, but in reality, I would say it's 50-50. We
Yeah.
don't know, right?
We can't know for sure. But hey, look, it's kind of pointing to they had a bit of a mishap.
So that's what I wanted to
Yeah.
get to, is I think you'd have to analyze afterward what happened, right? You'd have to look at what they did. Did they try to scramble to cover up the ship? Did they try to hide it? Because like maybe there's going to be imagery that shows that there was fire damage to it. Right?
Yeah, also, we're going to keep an eye out because this happened just like 3 days ago.
Maybe it's a mobile coal power plant,
Yes.
as Catastrophe said.
Also, remember, if you look at any old, and again, I guess China's just kind of, getting into this new technology of smoke screening, like from the 20s or whatever now.
Yeah.
But if you look at the old footage in black and white, when they do have the black smoke, it doesn't rise off the ship, like it engulfs the entire ship.
Right.
Like it creates like it's a smoke screen, right?
So that footage was from when, did you say? Because you said some foreign language.
19 footsec.
What does that mean?
Like back in the past. In
So
olden
it could be
days.
it could have been the 90s. It
No,
could have been the
no.
20s.
Back before color. Olden days.
Pre-color.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm guessing 1930s, 40s, thereabouts. Anyway, like I'm just saying, it normally plumes it out. Now, the thing is, if I was an attacking aircraft or something and I saw this would just make it an easier target. It's like, hey, here I am. Look.
Right. Right.
It's not really acting very well as a smoke screen.
Sure.
So
I
that's
understand.
my counter to the idea that it's a smoke screen test. Because it doesn't look like a smoke screen. It looks like a smoke signal.
Yeah.
like, here I am.
Oh, I see what you're saying. It's kind of more of a directed like plume, right? Of coming directly off the ship as opposed to covering the ship.
Yeah, it's supposed to.
I understand what
you
you're
can
saying.
see old footage if you want to look up smoke screens from ships. They used to have these they got amazing footage in black and white because it's such
Sure.
old tech of planes dropping down like a curtain of white smoke
Yeah.
so that the other ships can't target their fleet. It's really amazing.
Oh, that is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, I think we'll leave it up to you guys to decide, but I'm going to lean more towards the idea that they screwed up.
So it's not 5G smoke signals.
It could be,
This could have all been AI.
Yeah.
China's great AI.
Something of this. Yeah.
The giant budget that they've had for AI, maybe this is all not even real.
Yeah.
I don't even know it's real anymore.
Exactly. The wall, man.
All right, look at that. Yeah. It sounded like Austin Powers. It kind of did, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. He's like, "Whoa?" He's a real barrel of laughs. You'll see what I'm talking about here.
This is Buddha fighting on behalf of the CCP. This is Kami Buddha's
Yeah, it's
fault.
Kami Buddha. It's like shooting out.
Uno
Nazis.
reverse
Yeah.
card. Oh, wow. Oh, Zorro showed up.
And then he like electrocutes them with.
What was that?
And And then I don't know what's with these.
What is happening?
Close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs.